Boom.
Here we go. I'd like to say good afternoon to you. My name is Fawn S, and I have with me Sales.
What's good? What's good?
And we're here to talk about the subject of dating, and we're going to expound actually into like the history of dating, like how dating has changed. How has dating really changed? You know what I mean? When you look at dating, when I was growing up, it's a lot different than it is now. Even when you look at the history of dating, it wasn't always even dating. Like originally, I know in the Bible, if you want to go from like off the Bible, it talks about courting in the Bible. I'm not actually going to quote anything, but that's a lot different than dating. You know what I mean? Whereas when you're trying to find a significant other, and the parents, the father and mothers are involved, they're looking at the families, your religion, and your cultures, and they're checking all that kind of stuff. It even has something to do with exchanging cows or something crazy like that. But you know what I mean? That's back in the day. But nowadays, man, dating is a little different than courting. Everyone, sometimes when you're dating, it's not always about trying to get married. It's a lot of different kinds of dating. So that's what we gonna hit. So how has dating changed over the years? What do you think about that, Sales? You know what I mean?
I think dating has changed over the years because back in the day, people were struggling and times were harder. So they didn't have exposure. Run around, drive here, fly there, catch a train here, bus there, do all that. So people were closer to each other. Now that people have access to all this entertainment and this new age world, they're pretty much not caring. That's how I feel. I feel like that's how the new age dating has changed. People don't care as much because they got access to people more.
So you mean it's almost like what was important when you was dating somebody back in the day and even what it is now?
Because it was harder to find somebody back then.
Yeah.
But now you can just find somebody by downloading an app.
Yeah, all that, so much eye candy, social media, so many different things that have you looking at. Well, I know for me as a man, women, I can see so many different kinds of women on the internet, like in movies, and I'm thinking like, I want a shorty bad like that. She gotta be that build, that complexion, her hair gotta be this way, that way. But a lot of times, man, it's hard to find that in real life.
It's hard to find.
So, like when it comes time to dating, a lot of times, if you're too picky, it's gonna be hard to find somebody. But oftentimes, man, people are in good relationships. It seems like it's good, but they can't get along. Relationships don't work. What is it out there that's making it difficult for relationships between men and women to work actually nowadays? What's going on out here?
I think I just got to say, on the most part, I'm going to blame the women.
Yeah.
I don't want to come out and say that, but I'm going to say it's the women.
Now, hold on. Give them a chance, ladies. Give them a chance to explain themselves.
Women are on their grind.
Yeah.
And they're looking at dudes who ain't on their grind or to the level that they expect. They're kind of shitting on them. And a lot of dudes are trying to come up and do the right thing, but women are coming at men crazy these days.
Well, why can't the men just step it up then? Why is it the women's fault that like they're number one graduating from college right now, especially the black women. They're graduating college number one. They're getting jobs, they're hitting the job market crazy.
Right.
They're out there doing it, they're taking care of their bills and still looking good fashionably.
Right.
So but why is it the man's fault? Why is it the woman's fault though? Why can't the man step it up?
The man can step it up. So when I say it's on the women, it's also on the men.
Yeah.
But the women are coming at men too hard these days. Yeah. And I can't let up on that a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So the men do got to step it up.
Yeah.
But the women, y'all got to support the men.
I know some of these expectations, man. I know a lot of times when you look at like dating, it's supposed to be traditional, but should the man still pay if she making more, right? We talking about her making more now. Yeah. So if we going on a date, she love eating a nice restaurant. And so she talking about, okay, well, let's go to such and such. I'll get Pittsburgh, Nakama. That's a nice, decent little restaurant. Have a good time and spend a little money. First date, should you pay? She making more money now. You know what I mean?
If she making more money, the man should still pay on the first date.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that.
And I think a lot of times that's where men lose out because quite oftentimes, if you're a man and you know what I'm saying, you living by your budget, you handling your business, you go on a couple dates, you spend a couple $100 here, $100 there. Just being real, you might break your budget a little bit. So now that woman looking at you a little different, like, oh man, he ain't able to. What's going on? He acting different. Some guys might fall back when their pockets ain't right. Not call her for a while. Right. Or so is it your fault now? Or you just like, you know what, baby, I ain't got it right now. You know, but sometimes, shorty, it sound good.
It sound good.
The woman really want to hear that though.
Women's not trying to hear that.
Yeah.
Women's not trying to hear that.
Yeah.
Women's not trying to hear that. I can't blame them for it.
Yeah.
But they're not trying to hear that. Let's just be honest. Women is not trying to hear my budget wasn't straight this month and all that. No, they're succeeding. Like you said, they're number one right now, getting degrees and finding jobs. They're doing their grind. They're on their grind. You're traveling. So if a woman sees you not doing what she's on, she feels as though you got to step up to be on her level. That's already coming.
I think that's where a lot of times the nice guy dynamic comes in, because that's where a lot of nice guys get caught up, because they doing it here and there, they grinding, but they might not have that particular job they want. You know what I mean? They might not be at that particular point in their life where they want to be. They started a business or whatever the case may be.
Right.
And you got that dude out there, he's out there, he might not be as educated as you, but he riding a nice whip, he's hustling.
Right.
He got cheese in his pocket. You trying not to hustle or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
She with the hustling dude, right?
Right.
He got the money, even though, you know what I mean, that's short cash. It can go at any time. But like a lot of times, you know, it's tough being a guy out there dating. I see what you mean as far as women actually, maybe if the guys need to sometimes, maybe we're too kind when it comes to choosing women, like because we think about sex. Maybe we should be a little bit more stiff-necked when it comes to choosing what type of women we date.
But then you can't just go out there and find the woman that you want.
Right. All right.
You gotta go out there and keep looking.
Yeah.
So you are right, but damn, how am I gonna find the right girl?
Yeah. How many girls out there is actually still waiting till they get married before they have sex, or you know what I mean, did I even say the word virgin?
It's kind of almost impossible for a girl to be virgin these days up to a certain age.
And not even say that the girl should be a virgin. There's nothing wrong with women having, you know, to each his own. But you know, I had sex, you know, a good amount when I was in college. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a good amount of relationships before I got into a serious relationship. But I know, I don't want no girl out there talking like me. You talking about having sex, because I think it's a little different. It might be biased, but I just think that when it comes to responsibility, man, like the Most High God, like gave women that responsibility of having the babies, like. So the men, you're supposed to put a condom on it because you can get a woman pregnant. But when I'm looking at it from a father's perspective, you know what I mean? If my daughter come home pregnant, it's different than my son.
It's different.
Yeah, she coming home with that belly. I'm like, who got you pregnant? That's a little different than, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like you got some girl pregnant.
Right.
That's a different conversation.
It's a different conversation.
Yeah. So I definitely think that affects dating, and so men and women, you know what I mean? It is different though, especially when it comes to finances. You know what I mean? So should a girl date down though? Right?
I think more women should date down.
Yeah.
Because a lot of men dated down for a long time.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of men back in the day who were doing good.
Yeah.
And women were struggling.
Yeah.
And a lot of women were fighting for equal rights.
Yeah.
And they dated down.
Yeah.
So when things got changed, women was like, I'm not dating down.
Yeah.
But wait, hold on. Men was dating down for a long time.
So if these are the number of men we got, these are the number of women. So the men is this number of men is doing good, right? This number of women is doing good. Y'all ain't dating down. There's a gap here.
Right.
So what does that mean? Maybe you're dating in another race, or you know, which is okay, right? But if you want some of these guys who you either got to help them get up there, right, or be willing to settle for them as they are.
Even
You know what
if
I'm
you're not say put it like this. Say a woman does
settle.
Yeah.
And she's not pushing the man, but she loves him.
Yeah.
She's not leaving him.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's two different things.
Yeah.
Say she's with the dude who's down.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, you down. I'm gonna motivate you to get up.
Yeah.
I might not be helping, but I'm not gonna leave you.
Right. That's much different.
That's a lot different.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of women out there who gonna be like, I'm not settling for some dude who don't got what I got.
Right.
And I can't fault the women like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of women I know out there with a good conscience who want a good man.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, yo, okay,
I know about some situations.
you
like
can
that.
help your man
Sure,
and
yeah.
push him, or
Yeah.
you can just be there for him and might not be pushing him, but you're not leaving him.
Yeah.
I think that's really the thing.
It can be a good thing, but don't they also call that? It could be like what do they call that? A monkey bar or something like that. Like when a woman's with a guy and you know what I mean, she kind of like him and she's working with him, you know what I mean, she love him, but then there's another guy out there, he's doing fly, he's on top, right? He holler at her. Is she always capable of leaving him and getting with that guy that's really doing his thing? You know what I'm saying? Like at any moment, you know what I mean? That's what you gotta worry about. You know, I've seen that happen.
That's where our conversation comes back full circle.
Yeah.
To where how dating has changed.
Mm-hmm.
More women can see more dudes as being fly.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you wasn't seeing dudes being fly left and right. This dude's in the NBA. This dude got a business.
Yeah.
There's a lot more successful men.
What they was looking for was more a little honest back in the day, like more realistic to like a normal family basis, huh? Now it's all about what the eye candy, huh?
It's all about the eye candy because there's more of it.
That's true. That's true indeed. And I think that definitely has affected dating. You know what I mean? Now.
And the same thing with men.
Yeah.
Men are able to see more women online in different places too.
Right.
So men are looking at women now like, oh, I'm not settling for that because I seen this one chick come across my timeline looking crazy.
Yeah, I seen this
So
one
it
girl.
goes both
You know what I
ways.
mean?
It goes both ways.
Hey, I went to her. I was just scrolling. I didn't even mean to look, but I was scrolling down my Facebook feed, and it said, "Do you want to friend her?" And boy, did I want to friend her. You know what I'm saying? Because the picture she's putting up on there, am I supposed to not like?
Yeah.
Right?
See, women get mad about you liking pictures.
Right. What are you supposed to do? Yeah, you dressing.
How you gonna win?
Yeah,
how you gonna win?
You dressing scandalous. You looking real hot. But then I'm like, that's eye candy. So what is the guy supposed to think if he's dating a girl, right? And her Facebook profile got them pictures of hotties.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hotties for the bodies. I know and I'm not talking about nothing real nasty. You don't gotta be nasty. It can still be classy.
She bad.
But she bad, right?
Bad.
And she like showing she bad.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Is it maybe, because I know a lot of ladies will say, well, maybe, your self-esteem is low. Maybe, it's what's wrong with you? I'm just, doing me. Or is it like, well, you're supposed to be my woman. You're supposed to have some class. Don't dress like that. Is there I don't know. What's the difference? You know what I mean? It's tough.
See, we're going back to how dating has changed.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because women now are like, if I want to show my nipples, I want to show my nipples through my shirt.
Right. I got the right to.
And back in the
in the day.
And then when I say back in the day, I don't even mean too long ago. I even mean like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the women who's doing it now, they were here 10 years ago. They were watching it. Their moms and them older people weren't doing it. So it's a new generation now. And like, damn it, I don't care. If I feel like showing my.
It seemed like when Justin Timberlake popped Janet Jackson, nipple out the breast.
It was like the start of
It was like a revolution.
It was like a
man.
revolution and popping that titty out.
Yeah, so I was on Facebook and some of the stuff. I seen a pastor one time I was on YouTube and she was preaching with like breast out. And I know the congregation had really been paying attention. Like, I'm like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, Lord forgive her, please. I'm like, it's getting really, really bad out here. Be careful, when it comes to this dating. I think you really do gotta be careful because some people still do go into this dating with an old-fashioned mentality, with an old heart, trying to really find love, And then you got some people going into dating, man. They've been around the game and they know how to play something, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so make sure you know what you want when you're out here dating. If you're really just trying to have fun, make sure you're honest, up front with your partner or whoever you're trying to engage as being your partner potentially. Make sure you're honest with them. If you just want to play around, let them know. If you're looking for something serious, love, let them know. So that way nobody gets hurt, in the game of love and war. So that's what it is. So social climate, and this is once again Fawn Ness and Sales signing off.